Hello everyone, I'm Sharon Collier. I'm a homeschooling mother and I have a soon-to-be second grader and a soon-to-be kindergartner. Last year we did first grade and pre-K with them, with my two girls. And today I wanted to do a review, my thoughts and my experience with the Good and the Beautiful's Level K Language Arts curriculum. Okay, the Level K course comes with the course book. It comes with phonics cards, a reader, and some little books that you put together. So a ton of them. There's like 30 or something like that. So I want to talk about each one and how we used it, what worked for us, what didn't work, what our overall thought. Did we like it? Did we not like it? So this is a second edition. I know that they've come out with a third edition. So if you buy the newer one, it will not be like this. I know they changed it. I know that some things that I wasn't a fan of, they changed. So I'd really like to see how, but I will when my kindergartner goes into gets to this level, then I will know. But as of right now, this is just their old model. Sorry, their old edition. So they are supposed to work on phonics cards, sight words, spelling words, and poetry memorization through the whole thing. And so every day you work on those things. And obviously reading as well. So the phonics cards are these. And my daughter, I would just have her go over, you'd have like 5, 6, I don't know, somewhere around there. And she would go through and she would say them once. And then the next day we would do the same thing. She'd go through them and say them once. And over the couple weeks, I realized that was not working. She was not retaining them. We weren't getting anywhere. She wasn't mastering any of them. So then I switched to, we go through all of them, she says them, and then we do it again. And then we do it again. So we went through the phonics cards 3 times in a day. And there was only 5 or 6 cards, so it wasn't very long. But when I started doing that, I noticed a difference. I noticed a huge difference. She started to master them. She could tell me what they were. And so with that, we really succeeded with that. She mastered, this is everything she mastered. She mastered basically all of that she needed for the Level K course. The next thing was sight words. So they master it. Once they've read it 3 times without messing up, they get to check it off, and then it says color the cow, and then they go color the cow. That was fun. My daughter really enjoyed that. But I was noticing again, she wasn't mastering the words. We would just go over the list once, and she wasn't retaining the knowledge. So then we started doing it 3 times over. Once we started doing that, she started to master them. So I would ask her to read the list the first time, and if she got it right, I would put a line, and then she'd go over it 2 more times. And then the next day, I would have her read them, and if she got it right, I would mark it off again and then have her read it twice. And then every few weeks, I would have her review them. So I would have her read all of them that we've already mastered, and whatever ones that she didn't get, for example, this has a mark to it, this has a mark, those have marks, whatever one she was not getting, I would add them to the new section. So if she was on this, I would have her read these, plus that and that and that and that and that, if that makes sense. The next thing was spelling, and this did not work out at all. It was no good. I tried different things. At first I tried to come up with my own ways to practice, and that wasn't working. Sorry, these are the spelling words. I tried to do my own thing and that wasn't working. So I bought their spelling box. I think it's from Toolbox Teaching for Toolbox. I don't know, the sister company to The Good and the Beautiful. Hold on, I have it. I will go grab it. Hold on one sec. Whew. Okay, I'm back. So this is it. It's like a spelling box, toolbox for teaching. That's what it is. Supporting the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts courses level K through 3. So it has a whole bunch of stuff. It has a pen, a crayon, pointer, chalk. The other stuff fell out. Hold on. These little cards that they can write on. Chalkboard, chalk marker, that is not how it's done. Oops. Dry erase, dice, paint, and then it comes with this little thing. It tells you to do one activity, and that's their practice for the spelling words. So there's, with a dry erase marker, write each spelling word on the music staff card, or with the feather, write each word in the air. With a flashlight, which they have a flashlight and a feather, and on paper, write each word one time with a white crayon, then use watercolor to paint over and reveal each word. So I tried this, and it says that most children should be able to do these activities without your help. So I was having her do this mostly on her own, but I was helping now and then. I was helping her, but we weren't getting anywhere. Like, she'd get 3 out of 5 wrong, and then she'd get the same, like, we were not getting anywhere. So I just scratched it. Like, we tried it for a few months, I think 3 or 4 months, and then I just scratched it. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this. We will try again next year. So I got all about spelling, but anyway, that's different. We're talking about the level K. Okay, anyway, so we weren't a fan of spelling. I wasn't a fan. She didn't like it. She doesn't like spelling. I'm going to try something else. But, you know, that doesn't mean it won't work for you. I'm just letting you know what worked for me and giving you my overview of this course. So the next thing was poems. They have poem memorization. So they give all these poems, and like, I don't know if it's every day in the week. We did every day of the week. We would go over the poem 3 times. Again, the 3. I found 3 just worked very well. We would have her do it 3 times, go over it, and she was memorizing them really quick. Like, she really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. She enjoyed it. And she would, like, sorry, my husband called me on my phone, which is what I'm filming on. So back to what we were talking about. The poems, right? Okay, yes. So with the poems, we did enjoy it. She enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching her learn them and memorize them and be able to recite them. But I did realize that, like, she did better if I let her dramatize them, like if I let her sing them or dance them. So I'd make her sit there. For the first 2 times, she had to repeat what I was saying, and then the 3rd time, I was like, okay, you do you, and she would, like, dance them or sing them, and that was one way to help encourage her to do it. And I think she did like being able to recite them. I think she enjoyed that. The next thing is the readers. So in the lessons, they have these readers, which she did well. Okay, so the thing with reading over this whole course, she liked reading when we started this. She didn't like reading when we started this. She knew the general idea on how to, like, sound out words and say them, but she didn't like doing it. It was really a struggle, and we really butted heads badly, and I was like, oh my gosh, if I had a good school around me to send you to, and if I didn't live so far away from one, I would do it. Like, this is not working. I'm struggling. This is hard. She was not enjoying it, but we kept going through slowly but surely, and she did not enjoy it. It was a struggle for both of us. And then we went to my friend's house, and she's doing the same thing, and she did it with her friend. And after that, I was like, a flip had switched. Granted, this is like 3/4 in the year, like 3/4 of struggle. Something switched, and she's like, yeah, let's do this. Granted, she doesn't love reading. She still doesn't love reading, but it wasn't a struggle anymore. And yeah, that's my little bit about reading in this program. But I wouldn't say that necessarily had to do with this program. But it was really hard for me because I'd see other people on social media using this program. What?
I'm still hungry.
Okay, I'm gonna make cookies. Just continue to be quiet and watch Isaiah. And when I'm all done, we're gonna make cookies. Okay? It was really hard for me because I would see other people on social media using this curriculum, and it seemed like their children was in love with reading and they loved it, and I was like, my daughter doesn't love it. But anyway, she still doesn't love reading, but we still do it. It's still something we do. I found charts help a bit. She likes to be able to check off things, like me. We're very similar, but she really likes to like check things off. And yeah, so, one thing with these books, okay? So I was like, I'll laminate them so they'll last me forever. That was a terrible idea, okay? They're sharp, they have pointy edges, and they don't bend very well. So if you do this, maybe don't laminate them, because it was a pain. It was not fun. The next thing is lessons. Okay, so I will give you a little overview of the lessons real quick, if you can see them. Just, these are the lessons. They have little check boxes. You mark if they're completed. And here's an example, okay? So the lessons, like, one thing I did like is you have an assessment before a thing, before a subject. I'm not sure what you would say. You'd have an assessment before you would really go into learning something like really deep. And if you could complete the assessment, then you could just skip it, which we never ended up doing, but I liked the idea of it. It's a cool idea. But anyway, but one thing I did not like about this, but they changed this. So if you buy the newer edition, it is not this way. From what I know, it is not this way. So it has Lesson 8, Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D. Like, it would break up these lessons. It'd break up a whole lesson, and you'd be doing it for the whole entire week. And so when I was doing my planning, I did not realize that. And I was like, we'll be here. And then it's like, no, we're not, because this lesson is taking us all week long. And so that was kind of annoying in the beginning. But then I actually got to the point where, let me give you an example. Okay, here we go. Here's an example. I get to the part where I would go over it, and I'd be like, okay, we're going to do that the first day, second, first, second, first. I would go over the whole lesson and mark what day I was going to do what thing. And so that way I knew, okay, this lesson 32, is going to take me 2 days, and I know what I'm going to do in each day. Instead of just opening the book and being like, wow, that's so much stuff. There's no way I can do that in one day, like at all. But anyway, so once I started doing that, it was easier for me to be okay with the fact that one lesson is spread out over the course of a week or a couple of days, which that might not bother you, but it kind of did bother me a little bit. And then another thing I really liked about the lesson, and I think my daughter enjoyed as well, was the little check boxes. Like, again, we like to check things off. If you read The Child Whisperer, which I mentioned in another video, type 3s like to mark things off, and both of us are type 3s. So that was nice. I enjoyed that. She enjoyed that as well. The last thing was assessments. This has assessments, charts and assessments. And so basically, like, in the beginning, she took a test and she marked how many she got wrong, her time, and then at the end, she did the same thing. And same with this reading, like, they have you take them periodically through the course. I think that's the right word. But just to see how you progress. And I really enjoyed seeing, like, wow, my daughter is actually learning. I'm actually doing it. I'm actually teaching her. Wow, this is great. And she really enjoyed seeing it too. She'd ask me like, oh, Mother, how much time did I do? Like she knew, and she was really excited about it too. So we really enjoyed the assessments. Not as in she didn't necessarily enjoy doing them, but she enjoyed seeing her progression. Same with this silent, like these charts right here. They have to do, you write how many words they do right in 60 seconds. And she liked it. She liked being timed and seeing how many she could do. She liked it so much that in our other subject, she was like, Mother, time me. See how fast I can do this. So like in our math, she'd be like, time me, time me, time me. I'm like, okay, I'll time you. So I don't want you to take away from this that this course for us was just amazing and beautiful, and it was beautiful. It was good, but we also struggled a lot. 3/4 of it, we struggled. It was hard. So, but we will continue using it. We really did enjoy it though. Like the struggle wasn't the curriculum. The struggle was our relationship. But we really did enjoy it, and I will continue to use the good and the beautiful. But yeah, that is my review on the level K, the good and the beautiful. Let me know if you have had similar experiences with your children, if you struggled teaching them like for 3/4 of the year, or if they love reading. Does your child like reading? I mean, does she not? What are ways that you helped your child like reading? Please leave me that below. I could use some of that information. So share it below if you have any. But anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my content, I upload every Wednesdays and Sundays. So subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.